Okay, the next thing that we're looking to do is the stringers, which when you get them are sort of quite grubby, but they polish up very easily. And because of the way that they've been manufactured, you don't need to use the wet and dry on these. They've been rolled, so they've got a nice surface. The technique for cleaning these up would be just something like this, the Brasso Warden, something like that. And you just take some of it and just give it a rub. The only thing to remember, when you get close to the edge, always do it away from the point. It's very easy if you try to pull it back, you might damage your fingers. So it doesn't really take too much to get this looking really nice. And I'll just give that a little polish so you can see it. Nice and sparkly there now. Okay, so we've got a couple of the parts, the stringers here that are polished up, and again we've got to tackle them in the same way as the other parts. You've got to give them a rub over with surgical spirits to get every little bit of grease and acid off your fingers and off the brass. A couple of ways where you could actually lacquer these. This method, just a bit of tubing, a bit of cork in the end, fill it with lacquer, and we can dip this, and I'll show you that in a minute. I prefer to dip the parts at full length, then form them, and if I make a little scratch on any of the lacquer, I can either repair it or strip it clean again and re-lacquer it. It's really up to the individual what sequence he chooses. Okay, this is the setup that we've got with the pipe for dipping the stringers. As you can see, I've filled the tube with lacquer. An important thing to remember is don't fill it right to the top. If you push the stringer in, obviously it'll flow over. Just allow a little bit for it to come up. Once it's been dipped, if you put get a small block of wood, drill with holes, that works well to hold the part while it's drying. Now, the thing to remember about the technique when you're dipping, and I'll just use this on a bit of scrap, when you dip it in, don't pull it straight out, otherwise you'll get far too much excess dripping off. The technique is to do it very slowly, withdrawn. If you hold the end of your pliers, dip in as far as you can go, and then withdraw just slowly and evenly, and the surface tension on the lacquer will strip off any of the excess. You might still get a little drip or two, but nothing to worry about. It will disappear as it's drying. Dip in as fast as you like, and just withdraw slowly.